The B-side in boxing.
B-side shit.
B-side.
B-side and the B-side.
You got a B-side.
The B-side.
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 That B-side thing.
This is the B-Sides Boxing Podcast.
Don't call it a comeback, because we didn't fucking leave. Boxing B-sides, bitches, all up in your ears. I've been saying ear pokes over on the MMA show lately. But
nice.
So, been a while, so there's a lot that's gone on. So we're just going to cut straight to business. This is just a bit of a review of some stuff that's happened, quite a bit of it. But it's going to be mostly top lines, nothing too in the weeds here. So we're going to start Saturday, October 26th. We're going that far back. Jack Catterall versus Regis Prograis. Woof. Can somebody start? Because I'm still at a loss for words for this one.
I mean, it wasn't fun.
No.
There's nothing exciting to talk about, which makes it hard.
Yeah.
Do you think Prograis is pretty much done? Because I kind of thought he was already done, but he keeps getting these fights.
I think he's a decent gatekeeper. That's about as far as he's going to go now.
Yeah, he has name value, and that's pretty much it. But he's relegated to the top of the B, bottom of the A tier. It's unfortunate.
But, Catterall doesn't need to be fighting those guys anymore.
Oh, Catterall's not much better.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the kind of the problem for Catterall is he's not a whole lot better than Prograis is.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be the same career, honestly, just two gatekeepers.
Two gatekeepers fighting each other.
Looking at the top of the list for 140, Devin Haney, whatever his faults may be, still holds the title. Teofimo Lopez has another one. Again, flawed character. Liam Paro. Subriel Matias, who we'll talk about in a little bit. Andy Hiraoka and Arnold Barbosa just had a big night recently. It's a tough outings for old Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would tell people, if you miss this one, don't bother with it.
It's
The hard sell.
Moving on, Friday, November 1st, is in Belfast, ProBox debut in the UK. Patrick McCrory versus Leonard Carrillo, and Robbie Davies Jr. versus Javier Fortuna. Both got the points decision. They didn't have judges for this. I don't understand when the Brits use the ref and when they use the judges. Doesn't make sense.
ProBox is big enough, I would assume they could get judges.
Right.
And McCrory's not a big name, but I've heard of him before.
Same with Robbie Davies Jr. If you're a degenerate that keeps up even a little bit with the British scene, you know who these two are, and I expect that they're big names over there. Interesting. But Javier Fortuna, maybe because he's, 3 years retired, many years removed from his best days.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. Points decision for both of them. Congrats, I guess. Saturday, November 2nd at the Turning Stone Resort. Top rank. Oh, I only picked the top three for this one. Top ranks, top three fights. From the bottom, Ray Muratalla stops Jesus Campos in the second. I don't know if this was like a confidence booster after the really shaky situation with Tevin Farmer. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, I got that feeling too. Give him a bit of a soft touch.
Yeah, even though he won.
Yeah.
Did he though? Did he really?
Right. Abraham Nova split draw with Humberto Galindo. Man, the Golden Chin. Another one.
That one was actually kind of fun to watch, though. No?
That's mid.
Okay.
Shaki Foster reclaims his WBC super featherweight title from Robson Conceição. The Brazilians use H's instead of R's. Pro tip.
I think only at the beginning of names.
Negative. They do it. It's
All
arbitrary
the
as
time?
well. It's arbitrary. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, God.
This Foster, I guess, I don't know, looked like his usual self. I guess he did have a bit more of a sense of urgency, so that's cool.
I thought this one was like a lot closer than the first one. I think you could give this one to Kansei Sao if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'm not gonna call it a robbery, but I do think this one was a lot closer than the first fight, and I was a little surprised that Foster got it, actually.
Do you remember if he called out anyone? Because like in-house, it would be Nav Valdez winner. Seems like it would be the easiest one to make, but if
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't remember him calling anyone out. I think he did the I'll take on anybody, like this,
yeah.
whatever, whoever my promoters, managers, or whatever they're called. But it's been a while. Maybe he called out somebody.
Well, we'll see if Nav, when he beats Oscar Valdez again, if he calls out Foster.
Who do you think wins that one?
Foster or Nav?
Yeah.
Oh.
Probably go Nav.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Nav as well. Because if Conceição can fight you to really close, two close fights, I don't know if you'll be able to keep Nav off of you.
Yeah, I think Navarrete just kind of swarms him.
I would have before said, like before this Conceição shenanigan stuff, I would have easily said Foster. Like, wouldn't have thought twice about it, but not so much anymore. Moving up, Thursday, November 7th. This one was in Quebec, in Montreal, Eye of the Tiger. Only the headliner, Osleys Iglesias, stops Petro Ivanov in the 5th. I highlighted this one. Iglesias was that like dark horse in the super middleweight division that people were, I don't know if they were just not aware of him or what the case is, but yeah, this is definitely a guy to keep an eye on if you're not already.
Yeah, I missed this one. I didn't see it at all.
It's fine. All right, moving on to Saturday, November 7th. Superhero Matias stops Roberto Ramirez in the 2nd. It wasn't pretty. I think Ramirez felt the power and just like, he's like, fuck this. And yeah.
So do you think Matias is back?
Hard to say. 2 rounds of a guy who was not too keen on being there any longer than he had to be. It's hard to say. And 140 still, like we were talking about with Catterall, it's pretty stacked. And Matias has, I think Paro showed his limitations, or at the old trademark, the blueprint. So, if you're a slick type like Devin Haney or Teofimo, that you can keep Matias at the end of your reach, I think that'll be game. They'll just have him flat-footing, plotting all night. Moving on to the Matchroom card in Philadelphia. From the bottom, Austin Williams versus Kian Garrido. Austin Williams, we're so back, baby. He's ammo again. So that's cool.
No more Tiger?
No, he switched back. I think maybe
Good.
Career.
Is the Tiger.
He heard our podcast and how much we hated the nickname change.
Yeah, and how he puts that tail on also.
That's some furry bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know. Austin Williams has shown his limitations as well. Sorry, buddy. You're going to run out of ammo soon. Ray Ford versus Orlando Gonzalez. This is Ray Ford's first fight at 130. He was okay. The commentators were really trying to push this narrative of Ray Ford being more in himself, filled out his frame, not having to cut so much, and so that he's more powerful and blah, blah, blah. No, I don't think so, because otherwise this would have been a stoppage. But
good effort.
Yes, A for effort, for sure.
Sometimes it takes a couple fights to really get used to the weight.
Could be. Okay, co-main, Bam Rodriguez stops Pedro Guevara in the 3rd.
Bam is so good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good pun or something. Like get the icing out because I'm about to glaze the whole time. Bam is too legit. Pedro had to quit. Goodness gracious. I don't think there's any overstating how fucking special Bam is.
No, and he looked even more special somehow. Like his footwork was on point, his punch selection, fucking everything. It was only 3 rounds, but he looked perfect.
The aggression was dialed up a little bit, I noticed. I think once he felt what Pedro was throwing at him, no need to worry. Sonny Edwards hits harder than that. Man, oh man. I cannot wait for him to get a shot. Well, I hope Kosei Tanaka gets his rematch with, what was it? Kafu, I think it was?
Yeah.
So those two, and then Martinez and Ioka have to settle their score as well. But, man, like, Bam is the complete package. Honestly, I think Kazuto would give Bam a harder fight than Martinez would.
Yeah. I think Bam just hits too hard for Martinez. I think Ioka takes more punishment better.
And he offers more than just coming forward like Martinez. He's a bit of a trademark flat-foot Mexican. Just a different flavor of Mexican, I guess. But yeah, Bam. Tanaka or Kafu, I think they would be fun while it lasts, but it'll be pretty one-sided.
Yeah. Everybody's been talking about Bam moving up, which I think he's going to have to. I really don't think there's much competition here for him.
118 isn't much better, is the unfortunate
I
thing.
want to see him fight Nakatani.
Oh, shit, that's right. Nakatani is there. Tsutsumi's there. Fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, Bam would pick Punchburger apart. Like, that would just make me sad, I think. But
Takuma's still around.
yeah, who else is at 119? There's that new guy, right? The one that's fighting in
Nishida?
Osaka. Yeah.
Yeah.
I finally got tickets for that.
Oh,
or
nice.
a ticket, I guess. Yeah. Literally took me 3 weeks to figure out how to buy a ticket. I'm excited to see him. I will report back on whether I think Bam beats him in 5 rounds or 7 rounds.
Yoshiki Takei needs to be punished for jobbing Daigo Higa.
Yeah. Bam could do that.
Yes. Jason Maloney, that would be, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, mid.
It's a good name, I guess, to pick up, but match room
Maybe
to
a test
top-
fight
Yeah.
at 118.
Emmanuel Rodriguez as well. Those are 2 good like tests. Alejandro Santiago, the guy who Nakatani got his belt off of. That's not a bad one. Oh shit! Srisaketsu Rungvisai is still fighting. He's at 118. You want to get
But
your ass...
Bam's already
I know.
beaten
Yeah,
him.
you want to get your ass beat again? We're getting into the territory of where you have to start, like, go higher and higher and put more and more physical disadvantages just to make the fights competitive.
But I really want to see Bam and Nakatani. Everybody's been talking about Bam jumping that weight class and fighting in a way, but
No.
he has to fight Nakatani first.
Or at least Takuma, at the very least.
Yeah, I think Bam hurts Takuma.
But you got to set up the story. Beat up the brother, then...
Fucking feed poor Takuma to the wolves.
Yep.
Sacrifice!
This is your shame for losing. Yeah, we're looking at a generational guy here. This is like Chocolatito of like 10 years ago. It's the same type of shit.
Well, that's the other rumor, right?
Yeah.
Bam and Chocolatito.
Yeah. Roman didn't want to fight Bam until they had a little mini camp together for the Estrada fight. And then he's like, oh, well, it's not so bad. I think Roman gets done pretty dirty though. He's on the older side.
Yeah.
And moving up to the main event, Jaron Ennis, UD over Karen Chukadzian. I tried to remember that one. Karen, he wins the story of the night. Instead of stinking it out and going the distance, he, despite being on the very clearly losing side of it, still had put in a valiant effort and still went the distance with Boots fucking Ennis. That is actually saying a lot.
What are your thoughts on this one, Drip? Isn't Boots your hometown fighter?
Kind of wish he had a better opponent. I don't know. I feel like this fight wasn't really necessary. But I don't know if you guys saw. This is a little off topic, but I think the post-fight presser, Blair Cobbs, tried to crash it, asking for a fight with Boots, and him and Eddie Hearn got into it a little bit. It was kind of funny. I was thinking Boots versus Blair Cobbs would just be unnecessary, for everybody.
It would be unnecessary, but the Blair Cobbs build-ups are always fun.
You remember that random ass? Wait, was it Blair Cobbs or Rashidi Ellis that was on that random ass card in Boston?
It had to be Blair Cobbs. It had to be.
I think it was. That would not go well. I think Karen would turned in a better performance here than Blair Cobbs would against.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. The Karen fight was kind of just meh. Nothing. It seemed a little dirty. I'll say that. Boots seemed kind of like he was getting frustrated.
Oh yeah, well when your dad's shitting fucking in your ear, you need to knock him out, bro. Knock him out, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if Boots was having a bad night or what, but he seemed a little. Just didn't seem like he was doing that well. You know what I mean?
As well as you'd expect for Boots, right?
Yeah, you probably should be able to get Karen out there relatively easily. So I don't know. The fight to me was kind of just meh. Nothing. I was just more taken back how Boots struggled a little bit. I thought you'd get him out there faster, but I guess that kind of now torches that question of Boots versus Bud, how that really goes down.
Yeah, not so much, not so interesting anymore.
No, but like I said, maybe Boots had a bad night, so I'll kind of just give him a pass on that. Everyone has a bad night once in a while. I mean, for example, Triple G versus Derevchenko had a bad night. Still won, barely, but just seems like he had a bad night.
Derevchenko makes everybody have a bad night, though. Even one-armed ancient Derevchenko.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what's next for Boots. Hopefully not Blair Cobbs. Preferably not that one.
All right.
Definitely be a step back.
So we'll be talking about this next time, but Mario Barrios recently defended his belt. Fucking barn burner. A lot more competitive than you would have expected, given Abel Ramos. But so we got Barrios, Stanionis, Brian Norman. Those are the other three champions. I don't think any of them. I could see Boots stopping.
Who is Brian Norman?
Yes, fucking nobody. He has the WBO belt, as is tradition.
Yeah, I do not recognize this guy's face at all. I have no idea who this man is.
He beat Giovanni Santillan to a pulp to win the belt, if I recall correctly.
Looks like on the box rec, really short recap, it says Santillan down twice in round 10.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm a bit of a casual, but I do not recognize this man at all. I usually recognize the champions' faces.
All right, this is a bit more of a Drip question.
Hello.
Knowing that Drip is a bit of an MMA fan, just as much as boxing, this was a good crossover question. I will leave Drip to describe it.
That is a very hot take.
So if you want to hear this type of hot take and all of the other nonsensical shit that tends to come out of my mouth, go to patreon.com/lvxmedianet. Get yourself signed up for the boxing tier or the combat combo tiers for both MMA and boxing. And there you go. You'll get yourself access to very dumb takes like mine. Enjoy. But
that would be a banger then. That would be a really good one.
Barrios would probably get sparked, so that's cool.
I like Mario Barrios, but he is not the
He's not
best boxer for sure.
No, not really.
He needs to pay for stealing my woman. That's it for the drawn NS card, though. Unless you have anything else?
No, sir.
Last one. Guillermo Rigondeaux. We're back, baby. Sparks this guy and one. Dennis Agüero. Takes one shot to the fucking liver, crumples like a baby. Bad. Safe to say, at super bantamweight, Rigo sparks everyone. Oh, you can't see my face. I was really trying to have like a cheeky expression.
Does Rigo have like face scars from his accident?
I think so.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, they're not that noticeable, especially with the Vaseline.
There.
But yes, he does.
Because It seemed, well, they must have healed up better than they were originally predicting, but when he first exploded, it was him that exploded the pressure cooker in his face, right?
Yes.
And burnt his eyes really bad. They didn't think he was going to be able to see very well afterwards.
Yeah, one of them was, they thought he was going to lose it.
Yeah, and then the next thing I heard was like 80% vision in the right eye or something. Either the doctors aren't doing a very good job, which would not be a surprise, or he healed up much better than the doctors thought he would.
He's a Cuban 44, so I don't know what the fuck they're putting in the water down there, but he still looks like he's 34. So,
I gotta go to Cuba.
yeah, no shit. Just bring a power generator of some kind. Hi-oh. That's it for the recaps. We got that done a lot quicker than I thought we would. God damn it, Rigo.
I have a slightly off-topic one that maybe isn't gonna fit, but why the fuck is Paro fighting in,
Puerto Rico?
where's he fighting? Yeah, Puerto Rico again. I don't understand.
They love him there.
I'm sure they do.
You fight where you fight, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. The way that they're framing it is he's returning to the scene of the crime as if he like robbed Matias or something. I don't know if that's the implication that they're trying to give, but yeah.
Because like he didn't.
No, he didn't crime
That
anything.
was not a robbery.
No.
That was like
He's just going back there to say he can do it twice.
Yeah. Send me another one of your champions and I'll beat him too.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah,
I can see that kind of thing.
it seems so weird to me, and I feel kind of bad for him. You should get to fight in front of people that like you.
Sometimes you gotta be the villain for to be the hero.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Something that we'll be talking about later or next time is actually related to Puerto Rico. Matias was their best guy, but has he been usurped, ousted by the fucking smallest? That's it. That's all we got for our recaps here.
I demand somewhere in this, Leo, you play The Boys Are Back in Town.
Sure. I'll play it in the beginning.
One of my favorite songs. I did a figure skating routine to it when I was a child.
That's great.
Yeah, I really liked Trooper. My dad had like a cassette, so I did a bunch of figure skating routines to different Trooper songs.
Do we need parting words? Fucking, you know what my parting words are is hindsight is 2020. I always knew Boots was a fucking bum. Yeah. Jokes and jokes. All right, that's it. We'll see you next time. Fucking beloved listeners.
Woo!
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Boxing B-Sides, a Lux Media production. If you'd like to give your thoughts, or you're dying to tell us how casual you think we are, you can be a lame and you can text our anonymous line 833-589-7637. If you want to stand on business, call and leave a voice message. We'll see if you're entertaining enough to make the final cut of the show. 833-LUXPODS. You can't go wrong. If you prefer to hit us up on social media, the account name is LVXMediaNet, all one word. That's on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all the rest of that shit. If you can't find us, chances are we're not on it. A lot of stuff gets cut out of the final releases for all kinds of reasons. So if you want the raw audio, exactly as it's recorded, look us up on Patreon, LVXMediaNet over there just like everywhere else. Even if you don't sign up for Patreon, you can still help us out a lot if you hit us with a rating on whatever app you're listening on. If you're not feeling a $5, you have our number or you can hit the DMs. Let us know how we can earn that full $5. Intro and outro music by Middle of Nowhere Beats. And for more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxmedia.net.